Hello everyone. Today we will be graphing quadratic function by determining the x-intercept and the vertex. There is another way of graphing which talks about using substitution method. I will put the link of that video in the description box below. So today we will be determining the x-intercept first and the vertex, and we sketch the parabola. So let's have an example. So sketch the graph of y equals x squared plus 2x minus 3. So there are pretty much two steps here. We start with the first step, factor the equation and use the zero product property to determine the x-intercept and put these dots on the graph. So we're going to use this equation right here. Let's have the expression x squared plus 2x minus 3. So I'm going to write that down over here. So that is x squared plus 2x and then minus 3. So in order that we can factor this, we are going to use the box and diamond. So I'm going to use the diamond here. There is another video on how to factor using box and diamond. So the one that we put on the top here is the product between the first and the last. So we have negative 3x squared. And then the bottom is the middle, 2x. Again, there is another video on how to use the box and diamond to factor quadratic expression. I will put the link of that video in the description box below. So we find the factors between this. So the factors would be 3x and negative 1x. We don't need to write the 1. Okay, from here, we are ready to draw the box here. So I'm going to use the box for this here. It's going to be a 2 by 2 box. So the one that we put into the box are the x squared will go here. So this is x squared. And then the negative 3 is going to go down here. And then the red ones, the one that we got over here, will go to any of these. It doesn't matter. So I can go ahead and write 3x over here and the negative x down here. Now we are ready to find the factors. So this should be x and x. And then this is a negative 1. I can write negative 1 over there. And then this is right here. I can write 3 so we can check our work. X times x is x squared. X times negative 1 is negative x. 3 times x is 3x. 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. The other part of this, so then we can go ahead and say that the factors for this are x plus 3. So the factors are x plus 3, parentheses, x minus 1. It says that we are going to use the zero product property. That means we equal this to 0 and solve for x. So from here, we can therefore say that this would be equal to 0 and this is equal to 0. Again, there is another video on how to use the zero product property to determine the roots. I will put the link of that video in the description box below. So this would be x plus 3 equals 0. And then x minus 1 equals 0. So then we can go ahead and subtract 3 from both sides. Minus 3 and minus 3 here. So I am left with x is equal to, so I can cross that out. So x is equal to negative 3. So this is the first x, and the second x would be, I add 1 from both sides plus 1 here. So then I can cross out the negative 1 and positive 1. So x is equal to 1. So these are the x-intercept. And it says that we are supposed to put these dots into the graph. So I am going to put x is negative 3. It's going to be right here. And then x is equal to 1. It's going to be right here. So our next task is to determine the vertex. So this is the formula to find the vertex, which is vertex is represented as hk. This x1 sub 1 are the two x's that we got on the first step. We are going to plug it in. So the first x was negative 3 plus the second x, just telling us it's the first x plus the second x that we got. So negative 3 plus 1 over 2. So again, first x, second x. So this would be negative 2 over 2. So this is a 1. So that's a positive, no, it's going to be a negative 1 because we have a negative 2 and a positive 2 is a negative 1. So that's the first vertex. To find the k, again, vertex is represented as hk. To find the k, we are going to plug in the h, whatever we got over here. we plug this into the original equation. So I will put the arrow down here. That means we will use the original equation in order to solve for k. So then we go ahead and say k is equal to, again, we plug this in. Remember the secret to plugging in values? We change the x as parentheses before we plug it in. So this would be parentheses squared plus 2 parentheses minus 3. And it says that we are supposed to plug in the h. So whatever h we got here, plug it in here. So this is -1 and -1. So then we go ahead and do the math here. So -1 times -1 is a +1. +1 times, +2 times -1 is a -2. And we have a -3. So then our k is a -4. Okay, so this is our k. So this means that our vertex is h and k. H and k. So the h is -1 and then the k is -4. So let's look for this on the graph. -1 and -4. This is the vertex. And we are going to draw the parabola. So from here, we can, let me use a different color of marker for the parabola here. So this is the parabola that we have over here. So let me draw the parabola that way. So just connect those 3 dots forming like a letter U. So this is our parabola, and we are going to label this. This one is our vertex. And if we draw a line passing through the vertex, is our axis of symmetry, or the line of symmetry. Axis of symmetry or line of symmetry are just pretty much the same thing. That's it. If you find this video helpful, hit like and subscribe for more math videos. See ya!